course, the 38.
That's very cool. Very, very cool. It's, you know, if I want a wire just for 80, because that's where the wire would be more beneficial to me. Like Bill would probably be 10 over right now if I was on a wire. I can deal maybe with the vertical 40 and up. And this thing is not as long as a doublet. So this might be something I'll do.
Yeah, it's interesting. A friend of mine, Rick, he sent this to me, and I always wanted to try it. Well, when I had my tower down yesterday to do some work with antennas, I said, you know what? I'm going to take my 80 meter
Good morning,
dipole,
everyone.
and I'm going to convert it into this antenna here.
Well, it's very cool. It looks like you constructed it really well, and it's performing. So you can't really ask for more, Dwayne.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. The only thing I wish I would have done, because this is my first experiment, I would have made each of those legs 56 foot, and then slowly trimmed the edges to get the most out of it. Because, different antennas, different locations, how the SWR could be. So I would make the antenna longer and trim it down right where I want it to be trimmed at.
All right. Well, yeah, you could always go out there and tinker with it, I guess. But boy, when I was listening to DJ's stream last night, you were blowing up his receiver, and you were blowing up his OBS. You were clipping in OBS because he was so strong. That's why I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I know, and Art yesterday told me I was giving him 30 over. I've never done that. And it could be the band, too. The band could have been playing with that. But I give him 30 over, and I've never, on every antenna I've had, never give Art 30 over.
Well, that's something. That's something. Bill, let me give you a signal report. Let's see. Yep, same here. I still hear you. I can null out some of the static with diversity, and I hear you fine.
A little bit of egg frying in the pan there a little bit, but it's minimal.
It makes me hungry talking like that.
Yeah, I think well, I think and that's free. It'll bump up to all four, so it's really low today.
Well, I'm down to minus 110 noise floor, and that's very good for me on 80. I'm like 120 on 40 and up, but 80 used to be minus 90 until I put the diversity antenna out there.
What antenna are you using for diversity?
I've got a 30 by 30. Actually, it's probably 45 by 30 by 45 rectangular loop on the ground, about 8 inches above the earth.
Yeah, I've never dabbled with the diversity, but I watched a quick video of it. I was always interested in how that would work.
So I meant to message DJ last night. You can use anything, right? Like, so DJ has a doublet and he has a beam. So even on 80, right? On 80, DJ could be using the beam as his second antenna, the doublet as his transmitting, and do diversity between the beam and the doublet. And he would actually, because the beam would probably hear, you want it to hear noise. The beam would probably hear a lot of noise on 80 because it's not meant for 80. And then he'd be able to squash his noise floor down even lower. You could do the same. So, for instance, you could use this 80 meter bow tie as your transmit antenna, and then you could use your loop as your diversity antenna, and maybe not even tune it on 80. And you'd be able to null out any local noise or atmospheric noise. Well,
how you connect the two, because I use a a switch box to go from one antenna to the next. So how would you connect two to do that?
Okay, so you would be a little different than me because my loop on the ground is only for receive. I can't transmit on it. So you have to go into the, what the hell is it? Hold on, let me look at something real quick.
But yet again, I use a switch box to toggle back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I know Nate out in West Virginia. He did the same thing. He put the loop on the ground. As a matter of fact, he sent me all the materials that you want. You have to go on transformer too.
You either have to build the transformer or you could buy one for $60 at DX Engineering. So the whole thing cost me like $80 because I bought the transformer and then the wire. So what you would need to do, Dwayne, you need to split the antenna feed again, and you'd have to have the one that you're going to use to pick up the noise go into RX2. But when you're using it to transmit, you'd have to shut that off. So, for instance, right now, you would have the loop split into RX2, and you would have your bow tie set as TX antenna 1 in Thetis. And then you'd turn on diversity, and it would just work.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it could be done, but it'd be a little bit tricky in my situation here with that switch box being clear out there at the tower.
Yep. So you might have to get what you could do. Oh, wait, the switch box is outside?
Yeah, that's correct. I got the Meritron switch box, the RCS-8B. It's out at the tower. So when I switch it in here, I got one feed line that comes into the house, and all my antennas all come down the tower and go into the switch box that's attached to the tower.
Okay, so then you have one piece of coax coming into the house?
That is correct.
All right, so I didn't realize that. Okay, so that in that case, you would probably just want to put a diversity like vertical on your tower, just off the side of it with a leg, and then you run RG, what is it, 75, the cable coax, because that's what I'm using. I use cable coax for the diversity antenna, 75 ohm, and then you just run that directly to RX2.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow you. Okay, that might be something to look into.
The only pain in the butt is you got to run another line of coax into the shack.
Well, let me ask you this question, and maybe it will work and maybe it will not work. I have a fence out here, the farmer's fence, and it's got 5 different runs of the stainless steel cable that they use, and the top run, of course, is not electric. I could bury that cable in the ground and come into the shack and just attach to that top wire for receive.
Well, yeah, you could do that. So as long as that wire is connected all the way around, and then you would need to come off of each corner into the transformer box. But yes, you could absolutely do that.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to fill the cup up. W3DEP.
All right, KB2 UKA, almost 10 till. Bill, do you still copy me?
Yeah, I'd still let you, Doug. Would you want to go try to find one? Because, it's Sunday. It might be tough.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. You actually just came up. But let me go find one. If I can't find one, I'll come back here. If I do find one, I'll post it on Signal. KB2 UKA QSY. This is KB2 UKA is the frequency in use. This is KB2 UKA is the frequency in use. This is KB2 UKA is the frequency in use is the frequency occupied. All right, nothing heard. Establishing 7210 live on YouTube. Timestamp 7:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is KB2 UKA standing by for the group. This is KB2 UKA. I am standing by for the group. KB2 UKA standing by for the group.
Okay, 1WIO.
There you are, Bill. Good to hear you.
Yeah, a little bit better. Better up here.
Better, but not super better. It will get super better, I think. You're 5'8" to 5'9", but the audio's not attenuated now, so it's Q5 copy.
Yeah, you're about the same here. I said when I was down there, I told if he was in earshot that we were going up on 40, but it's posted. He'll know.
Yeah. He'll know. Yeah, were you the one that thumbed up it, or did he thumb up it?
What do you mean, as far as the? Yeah, I just told him on 80 voice that where we were, where it was a 40, but you'll see the post.
Yep. No, I was just looking. You gave the post a thumbs up. I wanted to see if that was him. Yeah, but yeah, he'll absolutely see it.
Oh yeah. I give the thumbs up. That's right before it come up.
All right, I just put it out there again. All right, cool. So now that you hear me louder, what do you think of this 3K?
Yeah, it sounds real good. Real nice and smooth.
Yeah, it took me 2.5 hours. Like 4K usually takes me an hour. This was crazy, but I think I got it good.
Yeah, real nice. You got the dips, the separation and stuff. Yeah, it sounds good.
Nice. I might experiment with a condenser mic today. It's nothing new. I've had it here for years. The Stellar X2. I just want to hear how it sounds with the Apollo. And I like condenser mics a lot better, but the problem is the noise that they pick up in this house.
Yeah, that's why I always use dynamic. Don't get me wrong, condensers are nice. The amplification on them, you don't have to drive them very hard. But I've always used dynamic.
Yep. Well, this Dynacaster's pretty good because it's a dynamic, but it acts like a condenser because of the built-in preamp. So it's very sensitive.
I never put, I got a cloud lifter, but I never put it in line. I think this Art Voice channel that I got, they got a good, they got a real good preamp in it.
Oh, that's a great preamp. The voice channel. That's something with the RE20 that Richard got. The way the guy shipped it. Did you see that last night?
Yeah, I think he's using a 320 if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Either way, though, man, that thing was just put in a soft envelope.
Yeah, that's the same mic I use here, the 320. I have the RE20. I don't have the 27, but I got the 20. But don't get me wrong, good mic. But the 320 is a little bit hotter mic. I think it fits my voice a little bit better than the RE20.
WDEP.
Good morning, Dwayne.
Now, in this one here, I go to my loop, which it has a 1.1 SWR.
Well, you're 10 over. And, Bill, you're coming up now. You're, like solid 5'9".
Yeah, you're doing good, Dwayne. Yeah, I forgot you can't run that other one on this frequency.
I imagine it might tune, but I don't think I've tried that, but it might tune up here. But this loop here, the whole entire band, I do not need an antenna tuner at all. One end is a 1.1, at the far end is a 1.2.
Yeah, I'd be anxious to hear that bow tie, tuned on his 40 here, just to see comparison.
Yeah, let's do it, Dwayne.
All right, let me shut my amp off and see if I can tune it.
I bet it'll tune. It's relatively close.
Yeah, it's always easier to tune a longer antenna than it is a shorter antenna,
Wow, I didn't have to do much. I have a flat SWR. Right there is the bow tie here on 40 meters.
I'd say about 2 dB lighter.
Okay, I'm doing roughly a little over 700 watts. That's about it. But yeah, I'm down to a flat match.
So you were 10 over on the loop. You're slightly under 9 to like 2 or 3 over 9 now. So maybe about 10 dB difference. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, I think you're a little bit, maybe here, you're a little bit stronger on the bow tie to me. Yeah, I figured it would tune, Dwayne, just the fact how long it is. It's always easier to tune an antenna longer than it is one that's shorter.
Yeah, it didn't take much to tune it at all. I mean, it was almost pre-tuned just by hitting it out. So, but yeah, it's tuned up real nice. All right, let me go back to the loop. Right there is 665 watts. I got everything turned down. And the amp is not tuned yet for here. I just set it real quick for setting, but that's the bow tie. Next key up will be the loop.
All right, standing by.
Right there, it's 700 and some watts, a little bit more wattage.
Yeah, see, it's you dropped down on me on the one you're on now.
Oh, that's crazy. So that means him tuning the bow tie is more NVIS than his loop.
That could be the band. Don't get me wrong, because I got a foreign broadcast down below, so I just started hearing it. So it could be the band fluctuating also.
So you say the loop is definitely doing better on 40 than the bow tie. Right now I'm on the loop.
For me, it is. And time, if you write this down, 19 minutes, 42 seconds. That's where we are in the live stream. So later on, go to 19 minutes, 42 seconds. And then from that point, rewind it back 2 minutes, and you'll see the difference on my S meter.
Okay, and right now I'm back to the bow tie. Bow tie with a flat SWR. And there it is, testing 1, 2, 3, 738 watts.
All right, well, that time, because you had the same amount of wattage, it was more closer to the loop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Doug. It's I think the band conditions, because I watched it a couple of times that he did it, and it was fluctuating back and forth. So I think the band conditions are causing that.
Yeah, it might be. It might be, because you almost hit 10 over on the bow tie with me that time.
Yeah, Bill, I'm getting you at 20 over, and Doug, that's what I have you at 10 over on the bow tie here.
Well, either way, that's a good backup antenna if something goes wrong.
Yeah, I think it's a good anytime antenna. They're so close. When we were up on 80, he was switching back and forth, Doug, and I couldn't tell. I said, don't tell me what antenna, and then I'll tell you which one. But I couldn't tell them either one because they were both as strong equally.
Yeah. Well, you guys are also very close. And relatively speaking, I'm close also. So like DJ or Art or Dominic, they would probably be the best test.
Yeah, that's what I told Dwayne that him and I are too close. So, like you said, Art's probably good. He's in North Carolina. So, I'm drawing a blank here. I need another cup of coffee. Dominic would be, a little bit further away.
Yep, or Mike down in Florida, Dwayne. That would be a good test. Florida.
Yeah, when I go to the bow tie, definitely I get a stronger signal on Bill, and I get a stronger signal on you with the loop than the bow tie. It's weird how, different locations, one antenna perform a little bit better than the other.
Yeah, so that probably means the takeoff angle is slightly higher on the bow tie, so it's performing better for NVIS.
Yeah, right now I'm on the loop, and my next key up, I'm going back to the bow tie. And right there is the bow tie, pretty much doing the same watts, a little over 700 watts. There, bumped 800 right there. I try to retune it just a touch here, but there's the bow tie antenna tuned here for me.
All right, well, 100% that's lighter on me, and you'll see that. 23 minutes on the clock of the live stream.
And we write that down.
K1WIL, the top. I think we might have missed that.
And good morning, and for QNT.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Arthur.
Good morning.
Morning.
Rich got a RF, real bad RF in there.
Yeah, the 40-meter RF is getting you. That's weird. Yeah, I heard you earlier on 75 on 15. It was nice and clean, and last night it was clean, but right now it's doing the same thing it did yesterday on 40. It's real bad. I can hardly make you out.
Oh, my.
Whoa. It's got to be the antenna then. The antenna is creating it, but real quick, I was listening. Good morning, Bill, Dwayne, Doug. Of course, Rich just came in, but Dwayne, the same here. The bow tie, boy, it was almost like nothing for me here. I could barely hear you. As soon as you go back to the loop, you're 15 over.
Yeah, same on the receive side. You did better on the loop.
Everybody can hear me. That's where I'm talking at.
Yep, RF-Fi is gone. Good morning, Art. All right, Dwayne, I'm back to 4K now.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. I went back to 4K. And of course, I'm back on the loop.
Yes, I can tell. Not only is the signal stronger, the audio is louder on the loop. What's up, Tommy? All is well, brother. Same for you.
Well, the sun is shining. I got 36 degrees, so it's going to be a nice day.
I got 39 degrees and it's cloudy here.
Well, we've got a nice crisp 25 degrees, going up to 47 today. The real feel is 22 due to a slight breeze from the southwest. KB2 UKA, the voice of Long Island.
So, Bill, how much you want to bet that Jeff's already out back putting up that green tower?
100%.
I don't know. He got church this morning, I believe, but I guarantee you it won't be. It won't be too long. I think it'll be on the air.
Oh yeah, he doesn't hesitate, Art. You're right. He's out there.
And Dwayne too. Johnny on the spot, always putting up I think this is the 8th antenna this month. I'm losing track.
But boy, is it a performer on 80.
I don't know where they got that at, Art, because I'm lacking it. It's the Pennsylvania Antenna Boys. I'm not in that group, that's for sure.
I did the same when I was strong on 11 meters. Same way.
Dwayne, I saw that image yesterday. I saw the loop image and then that delta loop and everything, and then up on that tower way up there. Is that a Sigma 3 or a Sigma 5?
I just put that up yesterday. That is a Victor 4000.
Right. I guess they changed the model numbers over the years, but back in the early mid-'80s, that was a Sigma, I think Sigma 3. But isn't that like a 27-foot radial that goes right up there, and then the cone, of course, the ice cream cone below?
I'm not sure how long it is. I know it's every bit of 22 foot. What's weird is I put that together to talk to my friends in Steubenville, Ohio, on 11 meters, and I went by the specs. And so I put it up there and I put it on my analyzer, and it was dead on a 1.1 match to 28 what was it, 754 or something. It was not even for the 11 meters at all, so I had to do a little tweaking.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you that brings back memories. It's just amazing how you got it up there. I mean, I even remember back, gosh, what am I don't know, 17, maybe 16, and my dad was helping me when we were getting that thing up there, and what a massive antenna. I mean, just to get it up, like push it up, and two guys trying to push the pole up and get it mounted, and that thing is, it's not the little astroplane, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, what makes it easy for me is my tower, I bring it down with a winch, have a pole in front of it, you've probably seen that, and I just connect my winch to it, and I pull a pin and I press a button and the tower comes right on down to the ground, and then I just mount the antenna on, which was a little tricky. I had to use a ladder to hold the one end so it doesn't bow down, and mount it, and then I just press the button and watch the tower go back up in the air.
There you go. Oh, my gosh. Easy peasy. Oh, excellent.
Lemon squeezy.
Yeah, I could never find anybody around to give me a hand, and I like to dabble with antennas, as you can tell, and I could never find anybody to give me a hand, so when I moved here, I made it a point to make sure that I could do everything by myself, so that's why I designed it that way.
That's great. Yeah, no one wants to help me either, Dwayne.
So I figure, you know what, if I want to dabble around with antennas, I better come up with something. And last year, Art, I probably went on 11-meter antennas. Not joking, I probably have the pictures here. I probably went through 6 different antennas at least.
K1WIL.
WP.
KB2 UKA. Ah, Mike, there you go, Dwayne. There's your Florida test.
Well, remember we determined it doesn't work as great on 40, but we can try it.
All right. You want to? Good morning, everybody. Doug, Dwayne, Richard, Art, and I don't know who else is in there. Good morning to all.
Good morning, Mike.
Morning, Mike. All right, Mike, I'm on the bow tie tuned for 40. How you copy?
Well, if you were 10 to 15 over on the bow tie, you're about S8 to S9 on me now.
Yeah, same here. Big difference between the two. And you're right, Doug. It works better on 7580 than it does right here being tuned, which didn't take anything at all to tune it.
Or but I think it's better for, like, if you're doing 100 miles, it appeared that it was better for NVIS on 40 than the loop.
Now I'll be back. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. K1WIL.
Come on back.
Morning, Mikey.
Dwayne, which way are the legs pointing on the bow tie?
I think it's, what is it, a little bit southeast to north, is it southwest to northeast? That's where the legs are.
Okay. I imagine, and then of course on the loop you're catching one, like you're getting like 3 broadsides in a way, right? When you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Let's see if I can just visualize. I think one leg would be north. Let's see. Let me get my bearings straight here. I'm trying to visualize it. One leg would be a little bit west, and the other one might be a little bit northeast, and then the other one's a little bit of southwest. I'm trying to get that correct.
Yeah, well, wow, that loop is performing well. I'm really eager. I know Bill's getting geared up. It's going to happen, but I can't wait to hear the difference.
I just think it's if you have the room, it's such a great antenna, and if you feed it with ladder line, oh boy.
That might be another experiment for me.
Dwayne, if you fed that thing with ladder line, holy schmoly. I bet you'd go up a S-unit and a half.
Yeah, but is it, I mean, it works great on 80, but here on 40, I have almost a perfect match across the whole entire band with no antenna tuner. Down below, it's almost flat, and then up, clear up to 7.299. My highest SWR is a 1.2.
Okay, but are you tuning right now or no?
No, I don't. On this loop, I do not need an antenna tuner at all. That's what I'm saying. The whole entire band of 40, the highest SWR is a 1.2.
Oh, wow, that's something. All right, so then I don't know if the ladder line would do anything better for you. Because if you're resonant and the SWR is low, you're getting most of the power to the antenna anyway.
Yeah. Hey, Dwayne, and is it a 4-to-1 dual core?
That is correct. 4-to-1. 3.
I just think it's if you have the room, it's such a great antenna, and if you feed it with ladder line, oh boy.
And Richard, I think Richard's messing around, and hopefully he can figure out why it's doing it on 40. How is that? You're clean as a bell on 80, and then you go back to 40, and the RFI gets into the rack gear. I don't get it.
Yeah, I used to have that problem on 80. I'd be clean on 40 and messy on 80. All I kept doing was wrapping coax around chokes over and over again till it went away. Yeah, I would suggest where the I don't know how your coax comes into the shack, but you can choke it. It should be choked outside before it comes in. You could choke it again when it comes in, like 8 turns around, like a 6 to 8 inch form. You might have to add coax, but that's what I did. I choked it out. I choked it at the antenna. I choked it at the entry point, and I choked it inside the entry point.
I'm not going to choke the coax in a pain line or anything like that. That smells, I smell like a catastrophe.
You know, that reminds me of something.
Bump a knob or twist something, Richard, it seems like you got really hot again, real hot. The whole room is lit up.
I'm staying in between the -10 and the 0.
Oh, man, something is just, I mean, it's like severe in your face. I mean, are you getting that, Doug or Dwayne? Or am I, maybe my, I don't know.
He's not strong enough for me to answer that. Dwayne probably can answer it.
Yeah, his highs seem to be very sharp.
Yeah, I was thinking more like gain, just total gain. It just seemed a little hot, but, yeah.
Okay, when I talk on it, hard, let's say it's a -6 on the preamp.
Right. And then the mic peak on Fetus, you said is like right near the 0. Is it bumping a little bit over?
Oh, no. It's and then you got a line and 0. It stays right there between the 10 and 0.
Okay, and then real quick, if you would, Richard, just back into that TXEQ, your 10-band built into Thetis, the TXEQ. I just wanted to make sure about something with the frequency range.
Okay, let's see the TXEQ. Let's just, I got the EQ settings up, or you want to go ahead and set up?
Yeah, just not the setup, but just the transmit equalizer, the 10 sliders. Where is the 1, 2, 3, 4? So where is the 6 slider? The 6 slider. What's the frequency value up in that window?
1,000.
All right, the next one was 2,000.
Yeah, the bottom one 2,000. And I think it was 4,900.
All right, and where is the 2,900, the position of the slider? How high or where is it at as far as the little dots, the little lines?
5 little lines.
All right, so pull that down one more segment, just to pull that down a little bit.
How about we go halfway between 4 and 5?
All right, there you go. So I think that took away a little bit of that sharpness. Did you catch that, Dwayne?
I sure did. That made a big difference. Some of his S's were really harsh.
Yeah. All right, cool. No, it's still a work in progress. I mean, man, you got all that. Well, the cut open envelope with the mic hanging out halfway was only not even 24 hours ago. So still a work in progress.
Yeah, he came up on me here. The adjustment sounded good.
Okay, 1WI on back in there.
All right, and 4QNT to 20.
KB2 UKA.
W3DEP.
Oh, good. No, you got plenty of gain. You have plenty of audio. Yeah, like Dwayne mentioned earlier, I'm happy he made a mention that kind of it makes sense, and now it's smoothed that out nicely. So excellent.
Welcome to the rabbit hole of audio.
You should know.
I'm real happy with this Apollo, though, Art. I'm even getting the urge to not make a change.
Yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I
Well, I've got rack ears staring at me in the face here. I almost hooked it up again yesterday.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, Bill.
We are in the frat house of fidelity.
Oh my God. I didn't realize you made that. I love it. It's my cover photo on Gab now.
Oh, that's not done that long time ago.
Yeah, it's got your old call. It's great.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, Dwayne.
You do an audio like I do with antennas.
That is true. The issue is if I had an acre or two, I'd be doing the antennas also.
But the thing is, when you do that, that's how you can find out what's good, what's bad, what works, what doesn't work, what you like, what you don't like, and that's what I do with antennas.
100%. 100%. Because if you went back in history and looked at my EQ, like today, 6 months ago, 6 months before that, blah, 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 back 3 years, they're always different. So I'm learning with each experiment.
And the only thing I'm doing with these antennas, not because I love to do it for number one, but I'll find out with all these different experiments what I like the best and what I think works the best for me at this location.
Exactly, 100%. And Art, I think the biggest change was raising my low end to 60 because I've been at 20 for the last year. I'm like, I got to get that low end out of the transmitter. So let me go to 20. There were sometimes it was at 0. But bringing it up to 60 kind of like really balanced it out.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, Doug. What happens, in my little humble opinion, when starting out in that 0 and 20 hertz range, it almost puts a wall up. It puts a brick wall up to try to blend that sweet spot between 60 and 80.
Yep, and then you try to cut it out in the EQ, but then it starts to sound thin because Frank told me a year or so ago. He said for him, and it turned out to be the same for me. 94 hertz is like the magic low end frequency, and I do like a tiny 2 dB boost at 94 hertz, and then I kind of cut everything below that. And then to your point, I add it in with the bass effect plugin or the big bottom, whatever you want to call it. I add it back that way.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, we have the gear for that particular portion or that particular frequency we're trying to enhance or have an effect in, right? And that's what that box is meant for. So it's almost just adding on top too much. So cut and roll off that region and then let the Apex do its job or whatever plugin you're using that's compatible or similar.
Yep, exactly. And in this case, I'm using the voice of God.
Yeah, mine's 20 and 4K right now.
Yeah, it's hilarious. What, Dwayne?
That's where I have mine set at on the radio. Fifis, it's 20 low, high 4.
Well, you could try pushing it up to 50 or 60, but it sounds really good. And I think the issue I was having, Dwayne, why it was important for me to raise it, I'm trying to get a lot of bass without muddying it up. So if I cut some of it out with the transmitter, that gives me a little bit more wiggle room.
All right, just experimenting. I lowered mine, raised it to 60. 60 is my low. Can you tell any kind of difference at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it brightened it up, but I still hear the slight rumble in there.
Where's the drive? The drive and the amount on the big bottom.
Let me peek.
Yep, that's what I was thinking, Art.
The mount's right in the middle.
Go to 2 o'clock.
Oh, that's going to add, no?
Oh, you want to take away? I thought we could add.
Oh, I thought he was trying to. Oh, okay. If he's going to cut, I see what you're saying. If he's going to increase the low cut number and then use the big bottom for a little bit more, I got you.
Yeah, because it really brightened it up when he went to wherever he went, 60. Yeah, Dwayne, try putting the amount to 2 o'clock.
It's the 2 o'clock right there as you wanted, Doug. Right there's at 2 o'clock on the amount.
Try 1 o'clock.
All right there's at 1 o'clock on the amount. Testing 1, 2, 3. W3 DEP.
Better.
Yeah, I might even say split the difference and go between 1 and 12, like 12:30.
Okay, I split the difference, and my drive's still the same. My drive is to the far left line on the drive.
See, I think that sounds the best. Look how powerful that big bottom is. You went up 2 points, and it almost got a little muddy. And then it's so sensitive. Did you hear that, Art?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and that is the knobs on this particular equipment here from Apex. It is. I mean, the slightest. I mean, we're talking like a 32nd to a 16th inch of movement. Really covers a lot of ground.
All right, Rich. We'll see when you get back. But Dwayne, it just sounds really good now. Like at 12, it gave it a tiny bit more chest low end. But then at 2 o'clock, it was too much. 1 o'clock was still too much. And then when you went to 12:30, the high end came out without losing the low end.
Catch a little bit, Richard. 73.
73, Richard.
73, Richard, VA3 KBC.
Catch you later, Richard.
Good morning, DJ.
Yeah, on the Apex, it's split right in the middle of the gray area, the center knob.
Well, you're shaking my skull with my headphones on. It sounds great.
Okay, then I'm going to just leave everything right where it is.
When you said the j in the just, it was so crisp. It's really well balanced.
Well, I'm glad we talked about that. This way here I can make that adjustment. I would have never known.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially like right now, the way the band's playing, I mean, you are booming in. It's just we're getting we're getting all the frequencies coming in. It's not attenuated. It's a good reference right now.
Well, I know as soon as I eat breakfast, I'm going to go out there and tackle that tower, lower that tower. I'm going to put up that 6 meter it's a combined beam, 6 meter, 2 meter, 440 all in one.
Dwayne?
Yeah.
You sound better. See that? Remember I was saying how sharp it was to me? That's kind of smoothed it out to my hearing here.
Yep.
Okay, that's good then. Good call, Doug. Good call.
Well, it's just I don't know. Like that, the 40 hertz range is. See, watch this. So hold on. I'm gonna go back to 20. All right, KB2 UKA. I bet it's not as sharp.
Okay, now go back.
Now this is 60 KB2 UKA.
Yeah, it brightened it up, and you still got a bunch of the bottom end. So, I can hear the difference.
Now, whatever my low number is, I add that to the 4K. So my low is 60, my high is 4060 to give it a true 4 kilohertz bandpass. So when my low was 20, my high was 4020. When my low was 0, my high was 4000.
W3 DEP.
BC behind there.
At the 30, KB2 UKA.
Be right back. Pick it up, guys. W3DEP.
DJ?
Good morning.
Good morning, DJ.
I slept in. I can't believe it. I was up just before 6, about 5:45, go to the bathroom and laid back down, and next thing I know, it was 8 o'clock.
Felt good though, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Good morning, DJ.
Good morning, Mike. Hearing you well.
All right.
Yeah, I made it till 7:15 this morning, and that was late.
Yeah, because you're usually quite early.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm up at 5:30 during the week, and I used to not be able to sleep past 5:30 on the weekends. But these last few months, I don't know if it's the winter or what, I've been enjoying sleeping in.
It's the darkness of winter. Look at DJ with all that big bottom.
Yeah, sounding good, DJ.
You could say my butt's fat. Actually, my girls say, Dad, you don't have a butt, and that's why my pants keep falling down.
I think it's the microphone.
I think it's the guy that helped set up everything.
Yeah.
I have not touched it. It's going to be going on, well, coming March is going to be 2 years, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, time flies. That's right, it has been about 2.
I got the radio. I had the ablation done February 4th. So that's a year ago. And then I got the radio. It took a while to get it here. So it was somewhere in March.
You know, like a MC Hammer song, Can't Touch It.
Every time you see me, it's Hammer on the mic. I'm dope on the floor, and I'm wonderful on the mic.
Boom, shakalaka, like a boom.
Oh my goodness.
Can't touch this.
Laka, laka, boom.
Can't touch this.
I worked to the 80s, man. Oh.
What a wonderful decade.
25, I was watching the stream last night. That's only the ones that are signed into YouTube, so I don't know how many others would have possibly watched that aren't registered. I had posted it on the homepage of Gab, and then also on our own Rumble in the Jungle group as well. So it was interesting. There's some comments, good comments.
I've been sharing your page on my YouTube page too, DJ. So I'm hoping you get more views.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and as I said, I've got a link for the Gab SDR ESSB on my QRZ page, so people, if they are on the page, they can click on it, see what that's all about.
I've got a new antenna project for Dwayne, if you're listening, Dwayne.
I'm back and I'm all ears.
You could start trying to do phased arrays with wire antennas with a switch. You could either do a vertical 2-element delta loop, or you could just like take an 2 80-meter dipoles, flat-topped, spaced out like half a wavelength from each other.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Then you could have direction on 80 with that if you had the phased dipoles. So you could go, let's see, you could have the broadside be northeast and southwest, and then you could put all the gain heading just in the northeast or all the gain in the southwest for DX into Europe on 80.
Interesting. Well, I'll keep that in mind. That maybe it might be one of my next projects. That thing on Facebook one time, someone had an antenna that you're talking about like that. So I don't know if it's still on there, but yeah, I might one day dabble with that.
Hey, Dwayne.
Yeah, Bill.
I've got an antenna project for you. take your yellow loop down, come to my house and put it on.
That wouldn't take long. Well, if you'd have to pulse that'd be pretty easy, especially with pulleys on the pulse.
I thought I threw that in there.
Hey, I got one more question on Steve's program. In the DSP, do you guys ever change those numbers in there, the filter size numbers?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I'm
on back, Mikey.
All right, Mike.
DSP, let me see. What are we talking about? Is it DSP where the filter is, or is it general? No, hold on. I know what you're talking about. Under options, correct?
Yes, in the options.
I don't know if I changed. Yeah, I think I did. I have RX and TX at 64 for single sideband for buffer size. Filter size for sideband, I've got 4096.
Okay, say it again on the very top one in the middle. I have 4096. What do you have in yours?
Same. Under filter size single sideband, 4096 for RX and TX. And then I have it as linear phase.
Okay, mine is low legacy.
That's weird because I have low latency on FM, CW, and digital, but I have linear phase for sideband. Art, do you remember what these do? He might have stepped away. Yeah, I don't know if I set these or if this is just the way they were, Dwayne.
Yeah, I heard, I can't remember when yous were talking about doing this, and it's a ways back that yous were playing around with that. And I just never thought about it until I was going through the program, and I said, you know what? Wonder if I have the right numbers in there also.
I think I was playing with it when I was having a Thetis issue where when I would unkey, I would get like a ka-chunk. It was a software issue. But that completely went away when I finally did Protocol 2.
Yeah, which I can't do. For some reason, I can't run Protocol 2, as we know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I would think that they're going to have to develop one Protocol 2 that'll work on all the chipsets. Just one. But speaking of Thetis, Richie did I posted it yesterday. Richie did a YouTube short showing the meters again, and I commented, "The suspense is killing me, Richie." And he wrote back, "I think it'll be out early this week." So this week we should get a Thetis update.
Yeah, I saw that, Doug. I threw a comment in there as well, but I want to try to find that again. I wonder if he took the video down. I went to his channel, and I can't find it. It's only showing the other meter testing from the other, last week.
All right, so So I went to my notifications. He liked what I wrote, so let's see if I click it. No, it's still there. I'm looking at it right now. So let's see, what did you write, Art? Please shortcut URL and the combination number to the safe. I want it, LOL. I just liked your comment. You should get a notification. That'll bring you right back.
Oh, okay, thank you. There are guys that are running it. I noticed, I caught Bob, I forgot his call, K something 4, whatever. He's in Florida, a non-guy. He's on with Chaz and that 70, what is it? Oh gosh, 3715 group and 3755 group, and he's testing it right now. He was on live yesterday. He had a video going, his live stream, and I noticed it. I go, whoa, where? I'm typing on the chat thing, and he doesn't reply. Like, where'd you get that?
What's his YouTube name?
I need to go back to history. He's not doing YouTube. He's doing another service. And it's actually no latency at all. I was going to send this to you.
Oh, I know what it is, and I've spoken to him. But it's only live, I believe. I think once he shuts it down, you can't see it.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But you know the gentleman. He kind of he's got that vertical. He's got the big vertical in the trees in his backyard.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about, and he's a big computer guy too, I believe.
Yes, I think he's got a little inside with Richie, and I think he lets them test things before they actually roll it out.
Well, that's good. You get an enthusiast who understands how it's supposed to work before they give it to the masses. I'm all for it.
100%. N4 QNT to 40.
KB2 UKA.
KBC.
W3DP. And guys, I bumped up my effects. One number. Is it too much? If not, I'm going to take it back.
What, the big bottom?
No, on the virtualizer, I bumped up my effects to number 3 instead of 2.
I don't know how you have that set, but in my ear, it made it too bright.
Yeah, too sharp.
Okay. Yeah, that's just the effect, so I put it back on number 2.
And as soon as you put it back, it all came back together. Art, let me ask you a question. So when this thing gets released, are you going to wipe Thetis and the OpenHP SDR folder and do a fresh install with it?
Yeah, that's what I like to do, Doug. I'm going to do the Revo Pro, total wipe out everything except move my database to like a thumb drive. Because I'll tell you, Revo, you have to be careful with the Pro series or that version. It'll find your backup. It'll get rid of the backup.
Yep, it will. So right now I save my databases to a folder on my desktop, but before I wipe Thetis, I move it to a thumb drive, and then I unplug the thumb drive because it will find it. Hold on one second. No, I don't want to save that there. A non-software and firmware. That's where I'll save it. 8:42 a.m. 226. Okay. So I just saved the database, and if I'm correct, the database also has the audio profiles, correct?
That is correct.
All right, because I know you could save them separately. But yeah, I just saved the database, so now I'm ready to go.
How's your son doing, Doug? I remember you mentioned yesterday about his throat.
I did he had 101.6 when I got off the radio. So I gave him Tylenol and Advil, and that started to break an hour later. And then I did a virtual doctor's appointment on my cell phone with him, and they gave him amoxicillin. They said it's most likely strep or pharyngitis. And he took 2 pills yesterday, and this morning he seems much better. So just in time to go back to school tomorrow. He'll be 72 hours on antibiotic. He could go right back.
And walk up the hill 2 miles.
Yep. Well, remember, they've been off all week. This is winter break up here. So they've had no school all week.
Oh, okay.
Is this foreign broadcast below us or just an ass?
No, it's a tuner upper.
Yeah, tuning up on AM.
Yeah, it's just a jealous corner.
That's that fact from Wisconsin.
His wife hates him, so he has nothing else better to do.
Yep. He blew 3 out of 4 of his finals 10 years ago, and that's all he's got left.
You heard of Cheesehead. He's a cheese moth. Head cheese.
Hey, Art, that I invited you. I saw you joined it. That European ESSB page, they post a lot of good stuff, and everything's in English.
I noticed that. Yeah. It's like I'd rather look at starting to get away from all this crazy news feed stuff and just start paying more attention to that.
Yeah, the groups are better, I think. But there's a lot of the guys in the U.S. On the ESSB page, they don't post that much, and there's this one friggin' guy. I got to remember his name. He's a real ass. Whenever you post like a clip, he's always like, well, it doesn't sound like these guys. And he'll post like the old school ESSB guys.
I know who you're talking about. He's like anti-SDR, and all he talks about or thinks is the best ever is the old 950 SDX Kenwood, with the soldering mods.
Yep, and it's got to be Bellari gear or it's not worth it. I think his name is Mark.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
My goodness.
Breakfast
All
is
right.
served.
I'm going to fill up this cup. Pick it up, guys. I'll be back in a couple. N4 QNT.
Be back. I got to eat some breakfast. W3DEP.
Well, Art, Dwayne, I'm going to say goodbye because I'm going to back out of here now. Bill, Mike, DJ, Rich, I don't know if you're still in there, but you guys have a great day. KB2 UKA.
All right, Doug. I'm out here too, so you guys have a good day. K1 WIL.
Hey,
Every
I'll
street
check the door
I'll be
behind
back
us
later.
all. I'm going to
W3DEP.
buy breakfast and pills too. 7-3, guys. The